Last year, Coach was telling us we have opportunity to go overseas and to Paris, which is one of the greatest places everybody wants to go on vacation. So he told us we would be able to go over there and play 4 games and go sightseeing and everything. So it was just a great opportunity for everybody, and we're all excited about it. We'll be there for 10 days, and 4 days we're playing. So the first 2 we get to go in Paris, and then we'll be in, I think, Nice and another area. And so first 2 days we'll go sightsee. Next 4 days we play, and then the last 3 days we get to go sightsee again. I've never been, so I'm super excited. Everybody's excited, so it's just a great opportunity. I have no idea. Yeah. French toast is that's about all I know. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to learn as much as I can before we head out. Yeah. Just the cohesiveness and the leadership and just the experience, because we have a lot of guys that sat out that have more experience than the freshmen from last year, and now the freshmen from last year who played have experience. So it's just a good collaborative effort, and everyone's coming in and really just pushing each other and getting each other better. I think it'll just be a preview of the success to come. We'll be able to see what tools we have, how good everyone plays together, and so we're all really excited just to, after practicing against each other for so long, to finally go and play together against competition to see how we'll do this year.
You know, the NCAA allows Division I basketball teams to take a foreign trip once every 4 years. And one of the things that I talked with Dr. Teague about was, since the APR had kept us from postseason play, I thought it would be a great opportunity if we could go on one of these foreign tours. And we're going to go to France, and we're going to play 4 games. And it's also given us 10 days of practice, which is the best part of this. But a young team like we are, they're still trying to find our way. This couldn't come at a better time. You know, you'll be playing some lower-end pro teams. You know, you'll be playing some guys that are a little bit older. Guys probably in their mid-20s, even some closer to 30 years old. And you never really know who you're going to be playing. This is my 3rd trip of doing something like this, the other 2 at previous schools. But it's really not about who you play. It's more about the opportunity to travel, and it's an educational opportunity for these guys, and they get to do what they like to do, which is play basketball. What I've found in the past, the best part about it is the bonding that they get, being in a foreign country, eating different food, getting bad refereeing, playing under dimly lit gym lights. So we're just real blessed and fortunate we're getting this opportunity. It's almost like playing half of a season. You get right down to it. I mean, as far as you get 10 practices in 4 games, and with us having 3 guys setting out last year that redshirted, that's great for us. And as our fans know, we were extremely young last year. We spent a lot of time in the weight room in the spring and summer, and to get out on the floor and find out how much we've improved, that's been priceless for us. And I'm real pleased to where we are at this point. I think there's a couple things. Number one, from a tactical standpoint, we're trying to play faster. We're wanting to play more like the teams I've had in the past, which is pressing and running a lot, really fast breaking a lot, and I think we've accomplished that. Our pace is really good. And I think from another note is this, I think what you have to do, if you're ever going to be good and really be a championship level team, you have to learn to compete. You have to learn to compete when you're not at your best, whether you're a sore knee, a turned ankle, the refereeing's bad, whatever it is. A lot of teams use excuses to justify their poor performances. And what I hope we get more than anything is a trust amongst each other, and this undying will to succeed. And I think if we come back with that, we can build off that when we start practice, in October. I think the biggest thing is just the experience factor. Jeff Lowry, Justin Foreman, Derek Brooks are all older kids, and they've played college basketball, and for them to step in and now assume a leadership role on this team. We went from like one of the youngest teams maybe in the country to now having maturity. We have guys, Jake Zuloff being a senior, Mike Martin being a senior. We've got great leadership, and there's just a maturity about us and just a physical presence that's better. Almost every one of our kids gained between 8 and 12 pounds in the off season, and that's a real credit to Coach Steiner and the strength coaches there at UCA, but it's also our guys putting in the time and the work. And as our fans know, one of our biggest elements last year was our lack of physicality, had trouble rebounding and staying in front of people, and it was just that we were, some scrawny high school kids out there trying to play college basketball. Have not been to France. I've been to Europe, to England, and travel throughout that country, but this will be the first time, and so I'm really excited about it. But man, this seems like a hard language to me, and so I've downloaded an app that I can speak into it and have the phone speak to people. It'll be a little impersonable, but I figure that I'll get a hamburger and not a snail. We have a 7.5-hour flight from Atlanta over there, so I've got a kind of a cheat sheet I'm going to try to read up on. When we first land, it'll be I think 6:30 a.m. in Paris, and as soon as we get through customs, there's a bus awaiting us, and we're actually going to go on about an hour-and-a-half tour. Hope we can stay awake, but we'll see the Eiffel Tower, obviously, and a lot of the sites. We're doing some museums. Guys, I think, really like to see the Mona Lisa, some things like that. And then we'll wind up, we go through Lyon on the way down to the southern coast, where we'll wind up on the French Riviera in Nice. And that'll be a great way to wind it up on the beach and kind of hanging out. So, it's a tough chore, but someone's got to do it, right?